Today, we delve into Elon Musk's recent indications of potential challenges in the Cybertruck rollout. Tesla executives provide additional insights into the design principles behind the upcoming $25,000 Tesla car, and there's a pause in progress at Giga Mexico as the company reevaluates its approach. Tesla's Cybertruck has had a remarkably successful year, but it appears that things are slowing down at a crucial moment when the truck should be reaching its buyers. During the Q3 earnings call, CEO Elon Musk provided some specific details about when customers can expect to receive their Cybertrucks and when the company anticipates profitability. As we previously mentioned, the first half of this year saw an intense wave of excitement around the Cybertruck. Sightings of the vehicle led to a deluge of articles dissecting leaked information. Tesla itself was relatively transparent about the production process, although they kept some aspects like the stacks of casted parts and internal leaks from Giga, Texas out of the spotlight. Overall, the situation seemed positive, with the vehicle's prototypes suggesting that Tesla was on track to commence deliveries in September and subsequently in October, and now, based on the recent earnings call, with the confirmed date of November 30th. Welcome to Tesla Global, the home of Tesla news. Subscribe for more news in our content. So you can imagine why some investors were shocked to hear Musk say during the earnings call that, "I just want to temper expectations for Cybertruck. Financially, it will take a year to 18 months before it is a significant positive cash flow contributor." That's more than a little confusing. This whole time, we've heard that Cybertruck's pre-production has been going in the correct direction for positivity. We've even seen release candidates for well over a month now, and all the discussions around the impending ramp-up of production have been centered around how the Cybertruck was designed for mass manufacturing. Production lines were halted and retooled, and 2 gigantic 9,000-ton Giga presses were brought in and set up at Giga, Texas. So how does a vehicle with such a strong pre-production phase and over 1 million pre-orders take 18 months to become cash positive? Well, there was no direct answer in the earnings call for Q3, but Elon did say a few things that point to the answer, the biggest one being the infamous "we dug our own grave with Cybertruck" quote. Just after clearing up a question about the 18-month timeline, Elon says that the 18 months is a maximum, as in the longest he and his engineers think it would take to make enough Cybertrucks to sell to those pre-order holders and start making a profit. He's clear to point out that this would be a very disappointing result, as he clearly believes that they can ramp up production quicker than that, but 18 months is a possibility, so he has to tell the investors that. And here's where the quote comes in. While Musk is attempting to explain why production could be slower than the company first anticipated, he says that we dug our own grave with the Cybertruck. Cybertruck is one of those special products that comes along only once in a long while, and special products that come along once in a long while are just incredibly difficult to bring to market, to reach volume, to be prosperous. And here's why things got a bit confusing. Sure, the Cybertruck was made for a smooth production cycle, with large parts of its frame being made in those Giga presses, which are a good example of how Tesla streamlined the manufacturing of their stainless steel truck. But we're still talking about a completely unique vehicle here. The Cybertruck has probably the least in common with any other vehicle in the Tesla fleet, meaning it's a lot harder to share parts, which is one of the easiest ways to help streamline production. Add to that the extra features like the Cybertruck's 48-volt electric system or its newly announced 800-volt powertrain, which will allow it to charge much faster and brings the truck on par with vehicles like the Lucid Air, which uses a 900V architecture. Currently, speaking of which, the 800-volt architecture is one of the better takeaways from the Cybertruck-focused parts of the earnings call. A powertrain like this is a huge upgrade, not just for recharge times, but it also shaves weight off the vehicle, because there's less copper in the system overall, and the power transfer uses lower current, which makes the whole system operate more efficiently. However, the Cybertruck's current configuration does present some manufacturing challenges. Tesla executives have disclosed that Giga, Texas is presently capable of producing up to 125,000 Cybertrucks annually, which is certainly a substantial capacity. The source of confusion appears to be a slight adjustment in the timeline for the production ramp-up. Given the immense anticipation surrounding the Cybertruck, such deviations were perhaps foreseeable. As mentioned previously, the confirmed deadline for the initial deliveries and consequently the Cybertruck delivery event is set for no later than November 30th. This means that the fortunate first buyers will indeed receive their new trucks in time for the holiday season. During Tesla's third-quarter earnings call on October 18th, a substantial amount of information about the company's summer operations was disclosed. Additionally, more insight into Tesla's upcoming budget-friendly vehicle, priced at $25,000, was provided. CEO Elon Musk and other Tesla executives appeared to confirm that this new vehicle would resemble a smaller crossover, often referred to as a mini Model Y. While Elon Musk emphasized the vehicle's stylish design, he made it clear that the primary purpose of this car is practicality and affordability, intended to transport individuals from point A to point B efficiently. He stated, "Just to be clear, it will be cool, but it's utilitarian. It's not meant to dazzle you with magic. It will maintain its aesthetic appeal, but its focus is on practicality." These details align with previous discussions about Tesla's cost-effective vehicle. But the biggest point made about the new platform during the Q3 call was that the design will be centered around ease of production. The main goal of the design team will be to optimize this new EV for cheap and easy automation, with the wider aim of achieving a higher throughput rate of manufacturing that is unheard of in the auto industry. That would be because Tesla is anticipating this being a popular car, and because Elon wants to use the design to launch another attempt at the robo-taxi idea, something made easier with a cheaper vehicle platform. To go along with that, the executives made mention of Giga, Texas being the intended location for the start of production, as we found out back in September with the releases from Elon's biography. This makes more sense when you factor in the company's new approach to Giga, Mexico, saying that the slowed pace for the new facility will help design its new production systems alongside the development of the new vehicle, so that once the next-gen car is ready to roll, Giga Mexico will be ready to produce it at high volumes. That said, it's more than likely that just like with other new vehicles in Tesla's fleet, the Mini Model Y will probably start the design and prototyping process at the Cato Road facility, and reports are that the line there is already being retooled. It's pretty clear that Tesla itself is very excited for this new vehicle. Sales for their other cars aren't doing poorly. The company is still the biggest seller of EVs in the US, but they're not wrong in thinking that a truly affordable car will do extremely well in pretty much every market. And with prototyping on the horizon, we might get lucky enough to spot some of these small cars in California sometime next year. Tesla apparently has had a difficult time getting the construction of their new Gigafactory started in Mexico. Tesla's new facility in Noon, Mexico, has been the subject of some excitement ever since it was announced back at the Investor Day event in March. During the presentation, it was announced that a strip of land near Santa Catarina had been chosen, and survey work was already beginning. This new facility, they said, was where Tesla intends on showcasing much of their new manufacturing processes and where they want to produce their new $25,000 vehicle platform. But things have changed since March. First, the environmental surveys took a little bit more time than expected. The land Tesla had purchased was a 4-200-acre plot of arid desert, and a lot of work was going to be needed. To get the water Tesla would be needing to manufacture vehicles there. But when we last looked in on the project, it seemed that all of those problems had been solved. The permits had been signed, and the local Mexican government was eager to get things started. Heavy vehicles were spotted preparing the site for construction, and it looked like we'd be seeing steel go up inside of the month. But that was back in August. Something has changed that is making Tesla hesitate. And luckily, the third-quarter earnings call happened on October 18th, with CEO Elon Musk explaining what the holdup in Mexico is: interest rates. It seems that with the global economy the way it is right now, Tesla is reconsidering its approach to building their new facility. Musk said that the company is definitely still going to build the Mexico Gigafactory, but the question is really just one of timing. Normally, of course, once a Tesla project breaks ground, it's a full sprint to finish construction. Knowing that Tesla is being cautious here makes some previous decisions make more sense, though. Back in September, we got the news that Elon had changed the initial production location of the new 25K model to Giga, Texas. And at the time, it made sense, considering Tesla's best and brightest engineers were working. They're all ready for the Cybertruck rollout. Now we know it was also because the company was unsure if they could afford to build and activate Giga Mexico at the pace they had originally planned on. But it's not all bad news. Like Elon said, Tesla is still planning on building the factory in Nuevo León, and we don't have to take their word for it, because the Santa Catarina government is planning on helping the company along with over $130 million worth of infrastructure improvements. One of the harder parts of building this facility was that Tesla was going to have to shoulder that burden, bringing in water, electricity, gas, internet service, and paying to have the roads reinforced and widened so they can even get materials to the site in the first place. That is pretty normal for a company to do, and it's often included in their investment offer to a location. But it looks like the local government really wants to see this facility built, so they're offering to foot that bill. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Tesla news. See you in the next one.